Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to our Monday mental adjustment call. So glad that you guys are able to join us. And if you are watching via recording, we appreciate you guys taking your time out to watch this. Usually on these days, we have my good friend, my business partner, my brother, Talon Litzy come on, and he usually shares a word with us. But due to some unforeseen circumstances and just his life as a D1 collegiate athlete, he's got some commitments that he has to do to go to the next level and just some things that he's got going on. So tonight he is unable to join us, but this gives me the opportunity to be able to share a word that I've been wanting to share for a little while. I know there was, I think 2 or 3 weeks back, I was able to share kind of what was on my heart, but this is just kind of a continuation of what I wanted to share with you guys. And obviously, due to time constraints, we didn't want to keep it too long. So today I'm going to share with you part 2 of what I wanted to do. And today I labeled this be a chain breaker. All right. And a lot of people don't know what exactly, I would be referring to as a chain breaker. So to me, a chain breaker is somebody who breaks the mold. Okay. There's always that one person in somebody's family or in their close circle of friends that breaks the chain. Okay. And when I mean break the chain, I don't necessarily mean like there's a tangible chain. I just mean that there's something that happens every single time with every single family. There's always that one thing that continues from the next person to the next person to the next person. And there's always that one person that breaks that chain. And so you can either be a chain breaker in a good way or a bad way. And today I want to talk about being a chain breaker in a good way, right? So what I want to do is just tell you a story. And I haven't really shared this to a whole lot of people, inside of Learning Curve and even outside of that, close people who know me kind of know what has been going on more or less the last couple of years just with me. But what I want to do is I want to share with you guys kind of where I was at, where I've been, and what's going on. So for years and years, I was a soccer player at heart. I've always played soccer from the time that I was little, all the way up through high school and even into college. But along the way, people told me that I couldn't. Okay. My dad was a collegiate soccer player, and he was always, telling me, this is how to play, this is what you should do, and giving me tips and advice, right? But everyone else that I really talked to, they would always say something to the effect of, you're good, but I don't think you're going to make it. And here's why. And they would give me a list of reasons. Well, when people would give me a list of reasons why I couldn't do something, I would go figure out what I could do to better myself in those areas and then go out and do it. Okay. And I would better myself. And, in high school, especially being homeschooled, a lot of people don't know this. I was homeschooled. I've never stepped inside of a public school or anything. Never. So basically, I never had the opportunity to go big or have a lot of fans or anything crazy, play in front of thousands of people. I never had that opportunity. I never had the same opportunities that other people did. And so naturally, in high school, people would make fun of me and say, dude, like, you're not going to do anything. You're never going to amount to anything. Well, and obviously there's a stereotype just within homeschoolers that they're weird, they're quirky, they don't know what they're doing, they're not athletic, they never amount up to anything. All of this stuff. Okay, first of all, that's not even true. But I took that on my back and I said, you know what, I'm going to make a name for myself, and I'm going to put my, group, my homeschool group on the map. I'm going to do something that's going to bring some spotlight to them. And, that's what I did. So I trained a lot. I played on club teams a lot. I was traveling all over the place. And that's what I did. I took steps to become a chain breaker. Okay. And throughout my high school career, I got a little bit of looks. I got some D1 looks. I got a couple looks here and there. And it was really, really, really good until a couple weeks before. I had this other school that had called me. They said, yo, we really like the way that you're playing. Would you like to come and do a tryout? Went and did tryouts with them. And guess what? Went later on, signed with that school. Basically, what that did for me was it put me on the map, and it also put our group on the map, because now people knew that homeschoolers were able to do stuff. It was so crazy that we even got the newspaper to write about what was going on, right? Now, I'm not saying this to bring light to me or anything, because obviously a couple years later I got injured. I wasn't able to continue my soccer career. I had just recently had knee surgery this past June, so obviously that hasn't happened. But no one ever thought that a homeschooler could do these things a couple years ago, right? But now you're seeing more and more people become homeschooled, more and more people making it to the pros or making it to big college levels, and they're homeschooled, right? And let me bring this down to you. Okay, so this is just my life and what I've experienced trying to be a chain breaker, right? Being a mold breaker. Let me bring this back down to reality. So a lot of people that I know, they always fall into, my parents did this, my parents did that. Okay. And it's sad. I'm going to be honest with you. They look at their parents, and this is not to put anyone down or anything, but there's certain habits that they follow and that their parents give them. And their reasoning for them doing those habits is, well, my parents did it, so therefore it must be okay. Okay. I know a lot of people that I grew up with where drinking, drugs, alcohol poisoning, just craziness, right? I've seen all of those people grow up, and their excuse for that is, well, my parents did this, so therefore I have to do this, right? Let's take it even a step further, right? Because that's just kind of leisurely fun, whatever, and I'm not saying that is fun, but leisurely people do that. Okay, let me bring it another level. When it comes to spending money, they see that their family has always struggled with finances. They've never been able to have exactly what they've wanted. They've never been able to have that nice house or that nice car or whatever it may be. And the reasoning is because either they just don't care, and the money that they have coming in, they just waste it. And they don't invest in the future. Or the other side to that coin is that the people that get the money, they spend it on useless things that are very unsatisfactory, okay, that are just kind of like here now, and the next minute it's broken. Okay, I've seen those types of situations as well, where I've had friends who they make a lot of money, right? They make a ton of money, and then they go and spend it on frivolous things, or they don't invest in the future, and they wonder why they're always pedaling. Like, why am I always working so hard and not getting anywhere? Why am I always doing all of this stuff and I'm not making any progress? Well, it's because they have followed in the footsteps of those who've come before them, okay? Being a chain breaker or a mold breaker, you have to realize the faults in the people that are above you, okay? You have to kind of see where people are at in their life. Are they making good decisions? Are they making decisions to better themselves, to better their child's future, their child's future or their future children's future? Are they trying to do what's best for them in the moment, or are they trying to do what's best for them in the long run? And being a mold breaker in today's generation, as soon as you start talking about I'm putting off the happiness that I could have right now to get the happiness that I want in the future, oh my word, that is such a concept that blows people's minds. It's crazy. But this is the kind of things that me and Taylon have been trying to instill into not only just our community, but to others that we come in contact with, okay? It's not the fact that this is hard stuff that we're teaching. It's just this is stuff that's new that no one knows because the people before them didn't know it. And probably the people before them didn't know it, right? So this whole thing about being a chain breaker, it's about bettering yourself in a way that's going to help your future. I had to kind of phrase that because I was going to say something and it didn't sound right, but it's bettering yourself in a way that's actually going to benefit the future. Okay. That's what being a real chain breaker is. If you're not doing that, then you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And if you know what the definition of insanity is, it is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Okay. So it's crazy because we see family members and we see friends where they all go down the same road. They all do the same things, but then we're okay with that. We're like, oh, well, we'll just go down here too. And hey, I should be fine. But then 6 months down the road, they wonder, well, why are they not fine? Guys, it's because it's literally you're doing the same thing. You're going down the same road with the same exact consequences, the same exact results, and yet you're expecting something different. It's called insanity, okay? And I really, really, really hope that you guys are self-evaluating not only where you're at, but what your purpose is, where your goal is. And that's why these calls are so important, because we get on here and we talk about all these things about, to walk into your purpose and, learn to prosper and all these different little words, but, catchphrases and words that we like to throw around. But like, are you actually doing it? Are you actually going in and making sure that the things that you're doing now are going to make an impact later on? Are you actually doing that? If you aren't doing that, I encourage you, please, please, please go back and really start to self-evaluate. Okay? Because here's the crazy thing. The most impactful people that you will meet are the ones who are the mold breakers, who are the chain breakers, who are the ones that invest in the future and that help the next generation be better than themselves. That's what it's all about. That's what being a chain breaker is all about, is putting the next generation on your back and saying, I got you. I want you to be better than me, because that should be the goal of every generation, is to be better than the one that came before them, right? And so being a mold breaker is just a part of that. And this is why me and Talon are just so adamant, and we are so passionate about what we do, because we've been there. We've seen it. We've seen it in our communities. We've seen in just family members. We've seen it in friends. We've seen it within our own races. We've seen it. We've seen it within our country. We see it around the world. We see it everywhere. Okay, we really want you guys to be better and to progress and have the next generation behind you be better than yourself. So, again, I don't want to go too much, into what this is, because I don't want to go too far into what Talon wants to bring into next week. But I really, really, really hope that you guys are self-evaluating. And if you do want to be that catalyst of change, that mold breaker, the one question that I'll ask you is, what are you doing right now that's going to put the next generation above you? What are you doing right now? What habits are you breaking? What molds are you breaking? What are you doing to help you or the future generation that comes behind you be better than you or the generation that came before you? What are you doing to help them out, right? So, and if you can't answer that, then you need to self-evaluate and see what you need to cut out of your life, or what maybe you need to add to your life in order to really start being a chain breaker or a mold breaker. So, with that being said, guys, I just want to wrap it up. I don't want to take too much of everyone's time tonight. Again, if you are watching this on recording, we thank you so much for watching this video and just kind of what we have next week. Hopefully we'll have Talon back. And as always, he always brings a good word. If you don't know already, Tuesday we will not again be having our Forex education call. We will be picking back up Wednesday with our Clubhouse exclusive call that we have at 9 p.m. So if you are interested in that, make sure that you let us know. Message me and I will get you a link or an invite. That way you have it. We will post the link on our page and in our group, just to make sure everybody has the opportunity to join. And if you're already on Clubhouse, hey, feel free to come and join the room with us and have a nice chat. We're going to be talking about a couple different subjects every week, so we hope to see a lot of people on, and hopefully that room will grow and be something bigger and better than we could ever imagine. And I really hope that you guys come with some questions, and hey, let's see what goes on. So, and then lastly, Stocks Boot Camp, April 17th through 18th. I know it's probably sounding like we are talking off the record about this, but this is something that we are so excited about, and we really want a lot of people to show up. We want you to come and learn. We want you to be there with us so that we can help you guys understand what this is and break something down that is so complex and that people don't understand. And we want to make it really simple for you guys, like really simple, that you can explain this to a 2-year-old. Okay, that's the whole point of this. So if you're interested in that, feel free to hit the events page in our Facebook, on our Facebook page. Feel free to hit the events and just hit interested or going. We'll make sure that we get everything out to you guys. But other than that, we appreciate y'all for hopping on, and we will see you guys on Wednesday for the Clubhouse call, and then for our community, we will see you guys Thursday morning, bright and early, for our binary call.